But I guess, will we save the news till the next link, or will we?
Yeah. Actually, should we play Kevin Lockhart's stand-up? Just to give people a taster.
A little flair, a little...
Come and see this man doing comedy on Thursday.
Well, countdown.
Doing countdown. Yeah. I've broken YouTube.
Yes.
What's going on?
Excellent. So do we have to kind of fill for a bit just to see you?
No.
No?
But living out here, I do like to think that I'm one of the good Americans. No, I like to think that I'm one of the cool ones. You're just looking at me like you're clearly not. You are clearly not, sir, but continue. But I can tell you this much, I am better than my family. When my dad was out here, he insisted on leaving tips in restaurants in the form of US dollars. I tried asking him, like, Dad, what the hell are you doing? Swear to God, he looks me in the eye and says, Kevin, this money's good everywhere. Like, Dad, have you been watching the news? This money's barely good in America. This is monopoly money to them. What are you doing? I do love my father, though. He's a good man. He was a college basketball player. Yeah, a lot of people don't believe me when I say my dad played basketball, you know, because they see me and they assume that he is also white, and he is. He's a trooper. He didn't let that slow him down. No, of course, I'm a bit short. It happens. I'm all right with it. The thing I don't like is the short women who insist on only dating really tall men. You know, they're like dyslexic pedophiles. It pisses me off. I appreciate you laughing, because actually that joke doesn't make sense if you think about it. I don't know. Sounds funny, I guess. I'll keep saying it. But I was talking to this girl the other day. She was telling me about the guys she went to college with. She goes, oh, it was terrible. They were all either gay or short. She said that to me. I was in the room, standing up and everything. Call me sensitive. I'm not quite sure how to respond to this. I think my main problem with that is that she put short second. Like, to me, that implies it's a larger obstacle for her. Like, hey, you can teach them to love titties. You can't teach 6 foot. I don't know why she sounded like that. She was weird.
Yeah, so that's Kevin Lockhart. He'll be my opponent on Thursday. You know, come for that voice alone, you know.
Yeah.
The comedian with the sexiest voice in Dublin, Kevin Lockhart.
You're not twice his size, so I know that won't really matter in an intellectual contest, but if shit breaks down,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
you can just like kick him in the face.
Or you could just hold him back in the classic comic book style, putting your hand on his head and watch his arms, little arms,
Oh, yeah.
legs flail.
Although, yeah, the only drawback with that is if he somehow managed to escape your grasp, then he's just going to headbutt you straight in the gentleman vegetables.
That's true.
Which,
that is true.
you know, that's not something I want.
Yeah, the good thing about the contestants we have is one has got an English Russian background,
Yeah.
and it'll be a pleasure to hear you saying, you know, I'll have a vowel please, Carol, in that voice, and equally it'll be pleasurable to hear Kevin Lockhart say that as well. So I can't wait for that.
Yeah. Also, I've just received a text from Valerie. It says, talk about Justin Bieber. He is on Grafton Street. No. Ciarán, your thing.
Yeah, well, I did a bit of research there, and I was looking at some funny stories, and I don't think I'm going to read that all out, but basically there is a new book out that has outsold Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, and also the Da Vinci Code. And this book is called What Every Man Thinks About Apart from Sex. It's 200 pages long, and each of those 200 pages is blank. So essentially, he's just published a notepad, and it's gone to the top of the charts for some strange reason, and it costs almost £5 of your English pounds, James, to buy. And apparently in England, students are buying it on the campuses and using it as a notebook, which seems as a crazy notion to me, because you can just buy a cheap notepad for 75 cents.
Yeah, that means it clearly has a brilliant cover then or something.
Nope, no, it just has a blue cover with the words what men think about apart from sex written on it.
See what he did there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Because the
It's a
answer's
joke,
nothing.
everyone. It's a joke.
There's nothing. That's the.
That's actually done really well, has it?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. It's gone to
Wow.
the top of the charts. Unless I think I read this in the Metro website, so a bit dodgy maybe.
I'm
But
wondering, is it the same place you read about that guy who came back from the future?
it's not. It's not. But
Also, I'm thinking, depending, if you pick up one of those second hand, you might get, you'll get an entirely different
Yeah.
joke. It's like, new book. What do men think about apart from sex? Oh, nothing. How amusing. You pick up a second hand one. What do men think about apart from sex? It would appear to be Sylvester Stallone punching a Tyrannosaurus Rex while playing a guitar solo. Well, I should be thinking about that more often. I'm clearly behind the crowd.
that is definitely true. That's what I think about all the time.
Absolutely.
I'm thinking about it right now.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
Yeah. So apparently the professor. He's a professor. The guy who wrote this. Professor Simov. It's always when I read these things on air that I think, maybe this isn't true.
What's he a professor of?
It doesn't actually say, I don't think. But he says, after many years of hard work, I finally realised that men think of absolutely nothing apart from sex. It was a shocking conclusion, he says. And also, I wish I had this kind of wit. When he was asked about how he felt about him outselling Harry Potter, he said, when the book was published, I never imagined in my wildest dreams that I would outsell Harry Potter. But Britain's students seem to think my book is magic. And who am I to argue? So really...
Wow, that's good.
Yeah, and just a nice sign-off
Get
here.
that man to Vicar Street.
Yeah. The sign-off of the article is just saying that he's currently sitting one below the Amazon list top place, and the top place is Jamie Oliver's latest offering, 30-minute meals, providing quick and easy dishes to allow men more free time to, presumably, think about sex. So it's a nice little story, I thought. And also, while I was searching, I found some intriguing headlines, and I thought we'd discuss the headlines without actually knowing what the story is.
Okay.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, okay. It might not work, in
So
which case
it's
we'll
a
go
guessing game,
yeah,
basically.
in which case we might just go to the next song. But first thing is, lake goes missing in Chile.
I can only assume this is referring to the upcoming apocalypse of the giant sponges.
That is they're going to absorb everything.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You won't be able to stop them.
No.
Although they'll stop themselves. Once they've had too much, they'll get too lethargic and heavy to move, so
Yeah,
they'll just have
that's
to
true.
take a nap.
And if we just create some sort of large claw, we can squeeze them
Yeah.
and release all the trapped water inside.
So you hear that, scientists of the world who will listen to this show, get working on a claw.
A giant claw. Another one. Cows' farts in a can offer authentic smell of countryside. The first thing's off, I don't think you can argue about that.
No, I think that's fair.
But what I can argue with is why in the right mind anyone would want to actually, smell a cow's fart.
That's the one flaw in the plan.
And the thing is, assumably, if you've canned these cow's farts, it's pressurized. That's going to cost money. So
I think there's a big market for people who want to move to the country from the city. You want to get away from hustle and bustle. You just got back from a hard day at the office. You're pretty stressed out. You want to escape for a moment. You take your kind of cow fart. Oh, that takes me back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Or maybe, farmers, when they're on holidays, they take them on holidays and they get a bit lethargic, I miss my farm.
Yeah. Maybe in the countryside there might be a market for smog in a can.
Yeah. So should we play more comedy, more jokes?
Okay, I'm just trying to. Okay.
Or
No.
can you tell us what the actual things were? The
Uh,
actual stories.
is it okay to say that I haven't read them? That's.
Read them during the next
I
bit
will.
and come up with a summary for us.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So what's this next comedy?
I have some stand-up from the legend that is Eddie Izzard.
Excellent.
Go, Eddie.
Yes. And we had the pagans in Britain, because you didn't really have the pagans here. You had the Native Americans, and it was much more of a warrior, aboriginal type existence. And we had the pagans. They were into sex, death, and religion in an interesting nighttime telly type of way. And we had the Druids, long white robes, long white beards, early transvestites, didn't get their shaving together. And they built Stonehenge, one of the biggest henges in the world. No one's built a henge like that ever since. No one knows what the fuck a henge is. Before Stonehenge, there was Woodhenge and Strawhenge. But a big bad wolf came and blew them down. And 3 little piggies were relocated to the projects. But they built Stonehenge, and it's built in an area called Salisbury Plain in the south of England, and the area of Salisbury Plain where they built it is very because that's good, you know, it's a mystical thing. Build it in a mystical area. You don't want to build it in an area that's there you build Trump Tower. But yeah, so they built it there, and the stones are 50 foot high, 30 foot long, 20 foot deep, and other measurements as well. And the stones are not from round there. That's the amazing thing. I mean, remember, this is BC. This is before the BC AD changeover, when everyone was going. You didn't have to wind your watch back, you had to get a new bloody watch. Well, it's AD, is it now? Fuck it up. And the Muslim people going, AD? Who's he? Yes. Good laugh at. And, so yeah, the stones are from 200 miles away, in Wales. So these guys in Wales were obviously carving the rocks out of the very living mountain. You know, fantastic, building a henge, are we? That's a fantastic idea. It's a marvellous religion the Druids have got, yes. A lot of white clothing, I like that. There we go. They smash out a huge stone, and then they put tree trunks down to roll it along on. All right, walk it along. Here we go, here we go. Help you push them along, all right. It's not far, is it? And the Druid's going, heave, everyone, heave. Well done, everyone. You're doing very well. You'll love it when you see it. I've seen some of the drawings already. It's very special. After 200 miles, you fucking bastards, you never told us 200 miles. 200 miles in this day and age, I don't even know where I live now. I wish the Christians would hurry up and get here. And they set all the stones up, and the Druid's still there tinkering around, going, no, that stone and this one, can we swap them round?
That was Eddie Izzard with his bit on Stonehenge.